Welcome to this special edition of the Rockbridge Report. Tonight, we are going to tell you about Jimmie Johnson, a two-sport athlete at Washington and Lee University. Johnson plays football and runs track at WNL, but his involvement in the school goes beyond athletics. He juggles practice and weightlifting with classes and homework. He also works as a student driver for Traveler, a program that provides safe rides for students. Thank you for joining us and tuning in to Life of a Two-Sport Division III athlete at Washington and Lee.
I love football. I love the sport of football. I love the mental aspect of it as well as the physical aspect of it. But track has been a pleasant surprise here.
There are 513 athletes at Washington and Lee University, a Division III school. Just 48 of them play two sports. Jimmie Johnson III is one of them. He is a slot back on the football team. He also runs the 60-meter dash and competes in the long jump on the track team.
I think the best thing I've enjoyed about the Division III experience is the intimate relationship you get to form with the team and the coaches. Everyone's here because they love the sport. I mean, I don't know how many people at Alabama actually get to talk to Nick Saban on a daily basis, but I get to talk to Coach LaRose every day.
Johnson started playing tackle football when he was 12 in his hometown of Towson, Maryland, outside Baltimore. At age 11, he and his family moved to Hoover, Alabama, about 10 miles outside of Birmingham.
I came from a super big high school football town. We won 2 state championships. We've been to the last 10 or something state championships, whether we win or lost, but expectations were get to stay there bust.
Upwards of 10,000 people attended Johnson's high school football games.
I had my pressure experience in high school. I played at Hoover High School, which we expect to go to the state championship every year, and I really learned how to handle pressure and expectations and leadership. So now I really embrace it rather than shy away from it. So for me, it's just something I do. It's not pressure, expectations, it's just what I do.
Many of Johnson's high school teammates play Division I sports. D1 is the highest level of intercollegiate athletics in the nation. Division I athletes attend universities primarily to play sports on scholarship. There are no athletic scholarships in D3.
It would have been a lot more pressure, and I've kind of learned to handle the pressure a little bit, but here I think it's more on the enjoyment and love of the game.
He turned his attention to Division III programs when he realized that he wasn't cut out to play D1. His parents, Jimmie Johnson Jr. and Angela, played a large role during the recruiting process.
Honestly, they're a great combo because my mom is a little bit more, hey, turn this in now, and I'm like, okay. And then my dad, he's a little bit more similar to me, but I feel like we can have a little bit more philosophical questions like, hey, how would this help me 4 years down the road? What are the potential benefits and negatives and stuff like that?
His parents talked at length to administrators at WNL about diversity at the predominantly white school.
If they can impress my parents like that and create a sense of trust between them, I mean, I trust my parents to my dying breath, so for them to say that really went a long way in helping me make my decision here.
Johnson was the only African-American player on the football team when he arrived as a first-year student in fall 2016.
Honestly, I feel like to make a change, you have to be one to push the issue, and also to make a difference, you have to take that leap and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people see the diversity numbers and get a little weary, but I feel like you're never going to make a change until you come.
Johnson's leadership and passion for football has had an impact. He has 53 rushes for 371 yards and 3 touchdowns in his career at WNL.
It's been an awesome experience getting to play on a championship caliber team. We're in the hunt every year, and that's awesome, you know, having tangible goals that are realistic that we can meet. Winning the ODAC championship last year was a great experience.
How would you say your teammates would define you?
Very,
as a friend and a player.
Very energetic. Always smiling. I think I bring light to any room I come into, and I'm very optimistic because I kind of have the mindset, I mean, there's a lot of people in the world that they don't know where their next meal is going to come from. They don't know where they're going to be sleeping. I mean, we're at an awesome university. I'm able-bodied. My family is good. I mean, we're living a really good life, so I just try to enjoy that every moment I can get.
Josh Brees is one of Johnson's teammates on both the track and football teams.
He brings a lot of energy to both teams, and His verbal leadership is astounding. Like, he gets everybody motivated, gets everybody ready to go for anything.
Playing football wasn't enough for Johnson.
Father Time's undefeated. There's only a limited amount of time I'll be able to ever play sports at a highest level as this. I mean, yeah, you'll probably see me running around playing church league 7-on-7 one day, but I mean, this is what I do and this is what I love, and I wanted to make sure I got as much as I could out of sports while I still was in the best shape of my life.
Brandon Ewell, the head track and field coach, has lots of experience with two-sport athletes like Johnson. Most of the two-sport athletes at WNL are on the track and field team.
They have to work at it because they have to use the 3 to 4 weeks over winter break to kind of get back into it. Like, we use that time to kind of transition them. And then in January, when we're back in school, then they have kind of their first official phase with coaches.
Johnson begins his preparation for track not long after the football season ends.
Coach Ewell has a very specific plan that he uses with all the athletes who play football and also run track. And right now I'm just kind of in my mini off season where I'm not really training as intense. So I'll probably work out about 3 times a week, about moderate weight and moderate tempo when I'm running and stuff like that. Kind of give my body time to recover from the wear and tear of football.
Johnson has been part of winning track teams, an unexpected benefit for him as a two-sport athlete.
I really came into track here, really wanting that full experience, and it's definitely lived up to the expectations. We've won 3 championships. The team is really close. I mean, extremely close. We're an extremely tight-knit group, and I just really enjoy that, and I feel like I have a bigger role on the team than I ever had at Hoover, both on the track and leadership-wise.
Johnson says playing two sports helps him manage his athletic and academic commitments.
There's only, I think, 7% of athletes who get to play in college, so just being one of those where I get to do both is awesome for me. And yeah, it's awesome to get to be at a great school, but I think I really love just having the balance, because I'd probably go insane if I just did academics here. I'd always need that relaxation period of going to my practice or having my games. And I think it helps having that structure and keeps me motivated, because I always know that, hey, I got to get this done before I go to practice and things like that.
WNL is a highly selective private university that accepts some of the best students in the country. U.S. News and World Report ranks it 11th on its list of national liberal arts colleges. It accepts just slightly more than 20% of applicants. Johnson said he chose WNL in part because of its reputation for strong academics, but he wasn't sure what he wanted to study when he first arrived on campus in fall 2016.
I came into college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew there was a lot of opportunities. I kind of was thinking sports psychology when I first came in. I took a psychology class, and it was kind of a lot of memorization, and that's not my skill set.
But now he is a journalism major.
I'm still trying to find my place, but I think the journalism department gives you a lot of great skills and just communication and learning how to write concisely and investigate and things like that, that I think will go a long way whichever field or career I end up in.
The time demands of two sports and classes can get challenging. Johnson has to juggle practice, weightlifting, classes, homework, and a work-study position. He approaches all of his responsibilities with a can-do attitude.
I kind of approach things that I'm the best and no one's going to stop me. I may have some setbacks in the road, but I'm on a path of success and no one can stop me.
Ewell said Johnson has gotten better at getting organized since his first year of college. But most nights, Johnson stays up well past midnight finishing his homework.
He has a better understanding of his body now than he probably did as a first year. Still trying to get him to sleep a little bit more.
Johnson believes his sleep patterns might be hereditary.
Honestly, my brain works the best from 10 to 2. We are a family of night owls. I mean, I can call my mom at 2 a.m. and she'll be up doing random stuff. So I think just genetically, 10 to 2 is my prime time of getting work done, and my time management can improve, but I don't know by how much it can.
So how does he manage to keep going on such little sleep?
Naps save lives. I take a good number of naps.
Johnson says his family's history drives him to do well.
My great-grandmother, she was basically a maid, and learning about the slavery times and how my grandma, she went to schools that were segregated and stuff like that. I mean, just really makes me appreciate that I have a great opportunity ahead of myself.
He says he is confident that meeting WNL's academic demands will take him where he wants to go.
And it's my responsibility to kind of keep the trajectory of my family going up. I mean, I kind of noticed that every generation, our family are getting better and higher and stuff like that. And it's just my responsibility to take us to greater heights because of the sacrifices that have been made before me to put me in this position.
Early on, Johnson's parents had concerns about WNL's lack of diversity. They wanted to talk to Tamara Futrell, the school's Dean of Diversity, Inclusion, and Student Engagement.
I think Jimmie and his parents had the same concerns that other parents have. Is this a place for him? Is he going to find community here? Is he going to fit in here?
Johnson says he probably would have had a different experience if he had gone to a D1 school.
I think I would have had 2 or 3 people I was really close with, but as opposed to maybe the 60 I have now and the 2 and 3 I would have had possibly at a D1 school, I think I would choose the 60 I have now with the D3 experience.
Fellow students and administrators say Johnson's enthusiasm is contagious.
He's always excited to see everyone, and I swear he knows everyone. Like, everyone on campus knows who Jimmie Mac Johnson is, and he knows everyone by name. It's awesome.
Futrell says she has a nickname for Johnson.
I call him the mayor of Washington and Lee. I don't think there's anyone on this campus that doesn't know Jimmie.
Johnson has met a lot of students through his work with Traveler, a safe rides program at WNL. Student drivers like Johnson provide rides to nearly 2,000 students weekly. The drivers also help keep students who have been drinking off the roads. The Traveler service is named for Robert E. Lee's horse. It runs 7 nights a week from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
He loves his peers. He loves Washington and Lee. And so, all of that combined with just coming from a great family. And if you saw his brother and sister and his dad and his mom, you will see he gets it honest. All of them have that same sweet personality, great spirit, just fun to be around.
Johnson says his mom is his main motivator, but at school, head football coach Garrett LaRose is always there.
Like I said earlier about Coach LaRose, he's also my position coach too, so I have to see him every day, so that just makes our relationship even more special. In high school, I didn't maybe not have talked to my head coach every day on a personal relationship, maybe how my day went and stuff like that. And that comes from the testament of the D3 being a small school. Is just an amazing, incredibly personal touch that you get to have with your experience in athletics.
Johnson says he believes sports will be a big part of his life after he graduates.
Actually, he's currently looking for an internship in some type of sports field. That's what I love. I just love the competitive nature of it, the strategic nature of it. And I just really want to stay in sports.
He is as certain as he can be that his life will go full circle, always returning to sports.
And I've always said 50 years from now, after I've had a pretty good career in something, I'm probably going to go back and be a high school football coach because that's what I love, and that would be an awesome experience for me because I love kids and I love football, and that'd be a great balance.